Tell me when we're starting. Jeez. Alright, so today we're going to do a short tutorial on how to do vocabulary matchbooks. Vocabulary matchbooks can be a very good tool to use when either studying for a test, not just for my class, but for any other class. Alright, so today we're basically going to do a short tutorial on how to do vocabulary matchbooks. Now, what that basically is you're going to have a piece of paper like this. You can either cut them yourselves to this sort of size, or we have sometimes we'll have some pre-made ones made for you in class. So the first step is the folding portion of it. So what you would do is take this paper and you're going to fold a little tab like that, basically enough space to where you can write one word on this folded part right here. Okay. So again, fold that little tab. Now once you do that, you're going to take the rest of the paper and fold it right over that, just like that. Okay. So now you should have it folded basically into three portions: a small portion and then the other two. Now, so if you have that tab, then that should fit right over, or if you want to put it right in between, you should be able to do that. Okay, so that's basically how you would fold it. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to start with. On that little small tab that we have right here, you're going to write the vocabulary word. Now, I don't want to do any of the vocabulary words that we've done that we're going to talk about in class, so I'll just talk about one in general. Let's start with, perfect one. We'll start with that. The Anaheim Ducks. Yes, they're very good. Okay, so we're going to have that as our vocabulary word. Okay, vocabulary word. So you have the vocabulary word on the tab. On the front cover, this part, see, you have the cover right there, the part that you fold over it. That would be the front cover. You want to make a drawing that represents that. Now, sometimes, like if you have, for instance, if it's density, you could draw, you could just write the equation for density, or you can draw a picture that would represent density. What I'm going to do for the Anaheim Ducks is I'm going to draw the logo. So there we have that. Okay, now you're going to want to color this in. Every picture on a vocabulary matchbook should be colored in. I will color this in a little bit. Alright, so we have this. So we, again, vocabulary word on the tab, over that, the cover. So this way, if you have, let's say for instance, a quiz coming up, you want to test yourself by looking at the picture and seeing if you could determine what the vocabulary word is. And then, so you look at this and you think, oh, what is that? Oh, that's the Anaheim Ducks. And then you can check it by looking at it that way. Okay. Now, on the inside, okay, so you have this on the tab, you have this on the cover. On the inside, you're going to write a definition right here in the middle. So the definition of the vocabulary word. So if you have density as a vocabulary word, you would write mass per unit volume of a substance. That's what density is, right? So I'll write the definition of the Anaheim Ducks right there in the middle. Best team in the NHL. It's true. It's true. So I could quiz myself by looking at the logo and thinking, okay, I think that's the Ducks. Okay, so you have that. Or I can look at the logo and the word and think about the definition. What's the definition? They are the best team in the NHL. And then you could check it that way. Okay. Now, on the top part, this inside cover, you're going to want to write a sentence using that word. Okay, your own sentence, or your own, the definition in your own words. Okay, it's entirely up to you whether you want to do it. Basically, you put the word in a sentence, or you write the definition in your own words. It's up to you. Okay, so I'll just use it in a sentence. the Anaheim Ducks will win the Stanley Cup. Now, again, we're not going to be doing any vocabulary words on any sports teams or anything like that, okay? But the purpose of this is simply to show you how we're going to do the vocabulary matchbook, all right? So, again, on the little tab, vocabulary word. The front cover, drawing representing the vocabulary word. And then inside the middle, definition, and then up here, use the word in your own use the word in a sentence or define the word in your own words. Okay? Alright, so once you have your vocabulary matchbook, or you have all the ones that you need to make, you're going to glue it onto a page in your composition book. So just grab a glue stick. You're going to want to put glue on the back of the middle portion of your matchbook. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue there. Okay? See? On the back of the middle portion, and then just put it on a page in your composition book. All the vocabulary matchbooks that you make should fit onto one page, at least for whatever subject it is, and then it'll be glued onto there like that. Okay. Now, what the finished product should look like if you have multiples, and I'm going to show you an example from a previous class from a couple years ago, is it'll look like that. Now you can see that they have pictures. Okay, it's colored. Static friction, they have the definition in the middle, and then they have it applied into a sentence here. Okay, so that's what the vocabulary matchbook should look like. If at any point you have any questions on how to make the matchbooks or how it should look in your composition book, go ahead and ask me during class.